Hello everyone, my name is Folaromi Malik, CEO FM Farms. Um, on our farm here, we run a catfish business, or like a catfish system, where we grow catfish from juvenile sizes up onto the marketable sizes, which we call the table sizes. And the period of our production runs from a month to 6 months, where we now sell them off. And there are some people that they run a melange system whereby they are able to sell their fishes in between the first month of the where they come into the pond and the third month. So, but here we run the full production system, which runs for about 6 months. So in a year we have about two um, productions every year. And I started the business about in September 2021. So this year will be 3 years since we've been running the catfish business. And I can tell you for free that don't let anyone deceive you. In every business or businesses, there are like challenges, there are things you go through, and for everybody that will tell you that catfish business is like a quick money making schemes business, don't fall for it. It's something you have to gradually, do and make your money over time. With when you build resilience, when you build, when you are hardworking, and you know, when you do the right things you need to do. Um, what makes catfish? What makes catfish grow faster? One thing that is very important. One thing mm, you need to know as a catfish farmer or intending catfish farmer is that uh, water quality parameter is very important in the role. Is very important in the growth of catfish. You cannot just pour your fish into the water without having a proper water quality parameter. The water quality is very essential to the growth of your catfish. If your catfish, if the water quality is bad, you would most definitely have a very bad result. So for us here, we generate our water from directly from the river. So
Where is the river?
our river is somewhere behind, so covered with bushes. But so once we drain this water, the water in the pond out, um, the new fresh water comes in from the river. So that's how we run most of our flow through system here. Well, right now I would even let me quickly like just give a brief detail about that before giving you the answer. In Nigeria right now, we the market for the demand for catfish
Catfish.
is still very much high. So we still need like a lot of farmers, young farmers, prospective farmers to come, and go come into this business and join us. Because right now, what most of our the fishes we eat in Nigeria are still generally imported from other countries, more like the croaker, the a lot of fishes are still like very much imported into the country. So we are not yet meeting the
Standards.
demand.
Okay.
We are not yet meeting the demand of cats for fish in the country every year. So for our country, based on the climate, the
Weather.
weather, the temperature, the water quality, and the environmental conditions, basically, the best fishes that are suitable for production here in Nigeria is the Claras garipinos, which is the catfish, and also I think I've forgotten. I think Orochromis niloticus, which is like the tilapia fish,
Oh.
and tilapia fish doesn't even require so much work as the
Catfish.
catfish. You might just pour your catfish in the your tilapia fish in the water and just feeding them. In fact, you don't even need to feed them all the time, and they reproduce themselves. So that's the good thing about tilapia. But for catfish, if you want to do production of the fingerlings or the fries, you have to like go through the what's it called, artificial reproduction or artificial insemination, where you have to like inject the female fish with overprim or ovulin. Then you take out the sperm sac from the male and join it, you mix it together, and the result, you spread the egg all over the net, and in few hours you would begin to see fishes. So, but in Nigeria, yeah, what we mostly culture based on the environmental conditions and what is suitable for our catfish is catfish. What is suitable for our fish is the catfish and the tilapia fish. Yeah. So um, in every business you have challenges. In every business you have your risk. There's no business that doesn't have any risk involved, basically. I will tell you that for free again. So when you are running a catfish, our own business, for example, there are a lot of risk involved in our business, and I'll mention a very few. One thing is risk and challenges. I'll mention a very few of them. So one challenge I'll tell you is um, economic factor. Economic factor in the sense that now, for example, when I started my business, I was getting a bag of feed for about 9,000, 9,003. As of today, we are getting all those bags of feed for about 26,000, 26,000, 24,000, and I've actually started using locally made feed. I'm trying to patronize, my own.
Nigerian made.
I'm trying to, see how it is going to go when I use locally made. I'm taking that risk. That's part of the risk of the business. So I'm taking the risk, and I'm sure I'm seeing the results
The
from it.
results.
But some feed like Blue Crown, they are, the materials that they use in the production of all those things are imported into the country, which makes them extremely expensive.
Expensive.
So those are the one of the challenge we are facing. So we maybe implore the government, we implore private institutions to focus more on agriculture and lend a helping hand to prospective young farmers, because there's no business that will thrive without support. There's no business that will thrive without you know people investing in you. So we need more people to invest more in agriculture, because agriculture is everything. You can't if you don't have agri, people won't eat. People will become hungry. So we implore people to invest more in agriculture. Another challenge or risk we face here is flood. So when in the raining season, there we are very prone to heavy rainfall, every downpour of rain. So, and in most times this causes flooding. So I'll tell you for free, because there's no need to lie, or I've experienced flood issues on my farm once, and I know how it affected me a great deal. And this happened last year. I've only been in the business for going to 3 years, and but now I've I've learned, and I know the steps to take going forward to avoid all those
Such
things.
occurrences.
Occurrences, yeah. One of those things is creating a proper drainage system before the raining season comes. We have a drainage system, but you can't just leave a drainage system without maintenance. Do you understand? So we have to constantly, clear the parts of where the water is coming from. So when the heavy downpour is coming, the channel which the water used to go through from would go freely, and in this case, it will avoid any case of flooding. Another thing, another challenge we face as farmers are like disease. You cannot rule out the kind of things diseases can cause. Disease can, in fact, ruin you or wreck your business. And you have to always constantly monitor your fishes. You have to constantly monitor them, monitor how they move, how they are responding to feeding, how they are, their body color, if there's any change in the body, if there's maybe they are getting bloated unnecessarily, then you have to pay attention to all those things and fix the problem immediately by giving them drugs, salt, bitter leaves. These are like things we use to treat our fishes once we notice all these things. So another risk involved is um, poachers. When I mean poachers, people that your enemies to your business will just come, you want to steal and just steal from you and ruin your business. So it's good you create a very good security system where people that the people on the farm. You have at least one person stand by on the farm that is always around to, oversee what's going on. And another thing, the kind of staffs you employ on farm is actually very important as well to the growth of your business. If you employ bad staffs, you also see bad results because they will now forget the purpose of what they came to do, and they just maybe want to like get involved in it. So I'm very glad about the staffs I have on my farm here. At least to an extent, I can vouch for them about um, their
Honesty
their honesty. They are very reliable. So
or
and
reliability.
if you have bad staffs, these are things that will also affect the business. And record keeping purpose is also actually very important. You have to constantly keep record of your input and output, like what is coming in and what is going out. When you are like buying your feed every time, you take record of how many bags is coming in, how long they are feeding, the expenses, the money you are spending on maintenance, the money you are spending on feeding a particular pond at the end of every production system. So these are the things that you need to like point out and you need to know and fix. So yeah. Basically just cement bags and sand. So when we are
What type
making
of sand?
normal
Clay sand
clay
or
sand, or
okay.
yeah,
Are they gotten on the farm too?
yeah, we get them on the farm. So just this normal sand, we just put it into the bag and use it to fill them up. It is still yet to be known, but from what we are seeing on their skin, they have some sort of discoloration on the skin. So that means there's probably an infection. So now we are going to be treating the pond with what I personally I use Tylodox. So what I do, I mix Tylodox with my feed and I drop it for them. They just need to pick one or two of it so it work in their system. So there are so many things that could actually lead to mortality of fishes if your water quality is bad, if there's disease, if there's um, mostly disease, and if your water quality parameter is not so good, it can lead to loss of fish. If you don't change your water regularly as well, it can also lead to loss of fish. So you have to change your water regularly and take all the necessary measures once in a while to give them. You don't have to wait till you notice all these kind of things before you give them their treatments. Sometimes we use the locally made treatment, or locally the local method of treatment, which is the usage of bitter leaf. So we just grind some bitter leaf, and the water is the water from the bitter leaf after we've extracted it that we need. We just pour it across the pond, and sometimes we use salt as well. I'm about to use salt
Yeah, so
now.
to my understanding, I know catfishes don't do well with salt. Like I heard if they try to kill them in like large quantity, all you need to do is rub salt. Is this the normal cooking salt or a special salt made for them or something?
You still the salt is still the salt, but when you are using the salt to like kill them, sometimes you use it to kill them, and also we also use it to like treat them. So in the
So it
case
works
of
both ways.
yes, in the case of killing, uh, you are going to enclose your catfish in a very small space without no water, and you are putting the
Salt.
salt. So that way you are using it to like not even necessarily kill them, just to neutralize
Okay. Let me look at my screen.
their power basically. So Bonnie,
Yeah.
please give me
Okay.
the so this is they just used it. So this is Tylodox. We use it in the treatment of disease or infections of the catfish. So in case you are an intending catfish farmer, you can also jump on it. It's very effective and good. So now they've mixed the Tylodox with the feed, and we're going to like apply it. Just spread it. They just need to pick about a drop or two from it, and they are good.
Don't be wrong.
Bonnie, which feed be this?
Now that for for it remains small inside. So what is the estimated timeline for achieving profits? Or
Oh, the
in this farming business, in this fish farming business, how long do you think it takes to make profits? Is that one looks
like
discolored? There's one over there that looks this one coming out. Does that look sick or something?
sometimes they actually blend with the environment as well.
Okay.
The color of the
Sand.
their natural
Habitat.
So sometimes they blend with the color as well. But that kind of color you saw now is not an infection type of color. It's just like we have humans that are fair in complexion. Same way we have some that are light skinned and very dark brown skin. So that's the same thing with catfish as well. So for the profitability that you mentioned, like I said earlier, catfish business is not a uh, quick money making scheme that you think you can just make your money and run away. Everything, in fact, it applies to everything in life. Everything in life is a gradual process. So you can't say, okay, I'm doing catfish business and I want to become a millionaire in 6 months. It takes time. You make mistakes.
And you learn from them.
You learn from them and you correct. See, in any business, you have to make mistakes. You have to learn from those mistakes and do better going forward. The mistakes you made yesterday, you make sure you don't make it anymore. You fix it. You learn from those that are doing better than you in the business. You don't say because you learn from those that are doing better than you in the business. You don't say because you maybe experience sometimes even goes way more than your degree in school.
Yeah.
You've been taught here, fine, you have the knowledge, but sometimes practical experience, the people that are already doing it, the experience they've had are things that are going to like guide you in becoming successful as well. So I wouldn't say there's a timeline for you to become a billionaire or a millionaire in catfish business. Just take time, build resilience. You fail sometimes. Pick yourself back up. You win. Same way in soccer. Then both teams intending to play, both teams want to win. But at the end of the day, it's the one that performs better. That sometimes if it's not even
The one that
performs better,
just
just do what you have to do, work hard, put God first, and yeah, you would achieve what you want to achieve. Agriculture is a lot of people will still come back to agriculture. Trust me, there's no denying it because food is what everyone needs. A lot of people will still come back to agriculture. So trust me, agriculture is still the way.
What are the most effective strategies for controlling infections, diseases, mortality, and the rest?
These are one of the things I just showed you earlier. Always treat them. You don't have to wait till you notice an infection before you treat them. You can be treating them like once every month, once every 2 months, in fact once every 2 weeks, depending on how the strategy you use on your own farm. So you shouldn't wait till you notice the infection before. So treat them early before you even notice the infection. Another thing you need to do is maintain a good water quality. There are water pH meters. If you cannot take your water sample to the lab, There are pH meters of which you can use to, test your water
Water.
quality regularly to see if the water is bad. And once you notice your water quality has dropped, there are other ways to, regulate that water quality back to normal. It doesn't necessarily mean because your water quality is bad, you should now shut down that location you have been using. It was good before, then it became bad at some point. So yeah, you can also
Make advancements.
yeah, and bring expertise into the field and fix the problem. So nobody's an island of knowledge. You learn every day. So, and also another thing to prevent disease. In fact, the most important thing is just be observant. Be observant. Once you notice, like I said earlier, discoloration, slow movement, um, fishes raising their head like upward in the water and they're not swimming properly, there's a problem. So you fix them quick. You use your bitter leaf, your salt, your Tylodox. Some people have used tetracycline, yeah. So all those things. And if sometimes if you want to boost the bones of, I just learned, in fact, like I said, nobody's an island of, I just learned this like last 2 weeks. You can from one of a very one of one fish farmer online as well. I'm trying to remember his name. I think can I mention?
Yeah, you can.
Sholex Farms, I think. So he said he uses glucose to boost their
Their bones.
bones and it also helps, it aids growth. So I've not implemented it here yet. It's something he uses and if it's not effective,
You
he
wouldn't
will
make
say
mention
so.
of it.
I'm also planning to
Implement that.
try it and see if it works the way he has said. And sometimes all these local feeds we buy, even before they bring it, you can also do your own formulation. That's where your medication comes in. Do you understand? You give someone that has these materials for feed what you want them to do for you. You give them your diet, how you want them to make that diet. So you can also this glucose that was mentioned, you can just add it. They mix it with your feed and
Make it up for you.
they make it. So yeah. You can't go into something without proper knowledge or proper research. So I'm still making my research. It's one thing for you to have fish. It's one thing to have people you are going to like
Sell it.
sell it to. So for now, we are just selling what we produce here. We don't kill or smoke yet. So one of the things we do is go market,
Survey.
yeah, market survey. Sometimes my staffs they go to the farm just they go to the market just to ask for random prices of
Fishes.
fish, just to know the gap because it's not the price you are selling on the farm that you say you want.
Sell
Those
at the
people
market.
buying at the market would also had their own
Their
little
profit.
profit, but it shouldn't be too much. In a case where this is one of the challenges we're even facing as farmers, and I feel like it's something that is meant to be corrected. For example, till now, they sell fish per kg. Do you understand? They sell fish to the fisher folks, the women in the market per kg. But now, we might just have maybe it's two fishes that is going to like pick a kg on your farm. But those people at the market, they end up selling one each for the price of two on the farm here. Do you understand? So these are things we should stop this per kg thing. We should be selling our fish from the farm
Cage.
per one.
Per one.
Do you understand? Sell per one, not per kg, because that way the farmers make money, the end users, the market women also make money. So that way everybody smiles at the end of the day. But in case where they buy 3 for 1 kilo here and they sell per one at the market, it's there's something there. So that's where the what's it called? The association comes in. These are things they need to review. These are things they need to work on, because we farmers can't be working and it's the market women that will be making all the money. So these are things they need to review.
Are there technologies you are looking to implement or you think one should implement in fish farming?
Yes, for me, if everything boils down to finance, if I have a lot of finance, I don't even want a situation where I don't want to be using just this river water. I want a situation where I can,
Get the ball.
I even have a ball, but it's not so effective. Do you understand? So because of the, I don't know, maybe the depth, they gave an excuse when they, so it wasn't effective. That's why I stopped
Using it.
using it. So, but there's nothing your brain, Yoruba people will say, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Yoruba people will say, nǹkan tí ó sọ̀rọ̀ but kò lè gbọ́n tó yàn.
Yeah.
So no matter what they say that the ball is not, there's still a way that we can use to like fix it. I would also like love to bring in technologies. Our staffs, they don't necessarily have to work overtime. If you have enough technology,
I'm going to say, how long does it take for a fish, from the juvenile stage to
6 months,
6 months? And what's like the weight?
1 kg. The expected weight is around 1 kg, 1 kg upwards, 1.2, 1.5, depending on how, because just as our fingers are not equal, that's how the fishes are not,
Also not equal.
they don't grow equally. I wouldn't put a figure to how much you should use to commence your business. You are the one that knows what your pocket carries and how to go about it. So what I would just advise is, if you want to start a catfish business, it's necessary you gather necessary information that you'll be needing for your catfish business. You can there are some courses online, and there are a lot of established catfish farmers that you can always go around to meet, ask questions, do trainings, and I can tell you now that you will use 800,000 or 1 million to start a small scale fish farming, and when you start, you'll be spending maybe 2 million. Adequate training is necessary if you want to commence. In the training, I'm sure if a professional would brief you on the amount to use for your catfish business, how to go about it, and how to be successful in the market.
Is there a difference in between them?
Yes, of course, but not so much. Like I said, tilapia, they reproduce themselves. They can just be, you can put 500 in water, and in the next 2 or 3 months you are seeing 2.5.
Wow.
That's how. But catfish is what I specialized in. I don't like I said, if you want to go into something, you need proper knowledge.
Yeah.
Tilapia is not something I really have so much knowledge of, and how to go about it. So that's why I'm not doing. That's why I just focused more on catfish, and I know the market well. I know how to go about it. As you can see from what I've been saying, you would, at least to an extent, you see that this person, I'm not. I've tried in my own little way professionally, so yeah. So that's just it. I don't really have so much knowledge about tilapia, and it's not something I think I want to go into, because if I actually want to do it, it's something I can just learn, but I don't think it's something I personally want to like go into for now, because I don't even know how the market is structured. So, and then please help us beg government, private sectors to grant us loans. It's not easy. Imagine all this that I'm doing it on my own, no support, no government parastatals that will say, okay, it takes so amount of money to expand your business. So we've built a foundation, a structure. So government, private parastatals, organizations, come in and see what we are doing, and also help us improve it, because how do they say this proverb? It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
So you people should come and help us. Seshanoa, thank you very much. Yes, of course. I might have a social media, and in fact, if you search FM Farms on Google, they will bring out my portfolio, the address. On Instagram, you can also search for FM Farms, then 3 underscores. Also reach out to me on my private page on Instagram, Tunde_Berry. In case you need to ask any questions, I'm always online to answer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys should make sure you patronize FM Farms. Buy as much as you can. Plenty fishes. Buy plenty from my
Yes, so please.
from my fish farmer, from my friend.
So I go see money.
It's tested and trusted.
Thank you.